Hello and welcome back to Stranded Deep. You join us once more in the map editor where we are creating this rather large island. Last time we were here creating a pier and a shipwreck. So if we boop underwater, we used pieces of, well, multiple shipwrecks in order to create one little vignette of something that's been here a very long time. And we created a pier out of rocks and a single gantry piece, and then we put this sort of building shaped thing on the island and threw in a tree. But in order for the tree not to seem weird on the beach, we put some rocks around it, raised up the ground, and added a few plants and then some small rocks behind, because that is the level of detail we're going to. Now we do need to do something with this because it just is, it sticks out, it is a problem, but it's going to require a lot of other things. A lot of other things are going to need to be, well, tweaked or looked at, or, you know, we have these two rather large hills in the middle of the island, which we do need to do something about. And, shadow. And times before, we have created this small beach with a sandbar, and it has more rocks and more trees and more interesting things. And we also created this rather large tunnel with a boat inside, which kind of goes back to the beach. Now, we've been creating vignettes. That is not the dark fringing at the corners of your photograph, or if you happen to be an aficionado of Instagram. It's not a filter you put on to make the edges of your food look kind of dramatic. I don't even know. But it is a small story. So we've been putting together these tiny little vignettes, these tiny little scenes, if you will. And with them, at some point we're going to need to start linking things up. But it's easier to focus on the small things when you have an island of this size. And this is a big island. I mean, we just look at one boat. That is a big boat. There's an even bigger island, so we got a lot of space to cover. And by breaking it into small chunks, it just makes it all the more manageable. That is how we're working on this island. Also, you might see things in the background like stuff over there. And I think if we go over here, yeah, so that shipwreck in the distance turns into a bunch of 2D sprites stacked on top of each other. So there's a few things I can't change in the map editor. The level of detail is set to ass. And for some reason, even though there's not always a cloud in front of the sun, everything gets a bit shady and sort of dark. So we do need to focus on another area, create another vignette, another little thing. And what we could do is just work with what we've already got and start making something creep crawling up the side of this mountain. That would be a good start. For, you see, if we go into the objects, if we go into structures and find the door. Door, please, thank you. That's a door. That's about the size of a person. And it's kind of clipped onto the side. I think you could probably walk up there, no problem. I think you could probably walk to the top without too much difficulty. I don't think it's going to be too difficult for somebody to walk all the way to the top, get to the top and go, oh, it's a rather large hill that I am standing on. In fact, if you put another door up here, what? How high would you be? About the size, your head would be about the size of the porthole. Ugh. The camera is the other thing you can't control in the map editor. The speed of the camera, I didn't realize the glass in the door had bump mapping. Huh, interesting. Yeah, the speed, is not something you can control. So if you get close to an object, you slow down, and if you get further away, just holding W, you should eventually release from the object's influence and then speed up. It's a bit of a terrible system. So there's no linear movement in this. So sometimes you'll be working on something, press W, WSAD or Q and E, and then you suddenly find yourself smashed against the side of the map, which is a bit of an issue. We could do the hill today. We've kind of got this bit of elephant in the room. We've got a lot of pieces of this island we could work on. We could work on this beach. Beach is fairly simple. We could work on this cove here. I think it's a little bit too covey. Yeah, I think we're going to need to do something with this center area, because it's kind of, it is, but it is also not, if you see what I mean. So, yeah, it's kind of big and flat and nothing. Until we've worked on this lowland, trying to get a path up the hill is going to be a little bit more tricky, because we don't know where to put the beginning or the end, or in fact what is going to look, what everything around is. Let's just go and check, see if the beach is actually level. Is it flat? Yeah, kinda. There's a lot of beach. So let's just get to work. We've already got something here in the shape of this tunnel, which is, that's okay. It exists. It's a thing that it physically exists in the world, but I don't like it the way it is, because it's just kind of like, oh, it's a hill. This side we put some cliff pieces in just to make it look a little less there, but what we could do is play with this, add maybe some cliff pieces on this side, bring it down, and then maybe having got an idea. So I always wanted a water feature in the center, because we're just play to type. So we're going to hit up rocks, we're going to hit up cliffs, I think. Let's just see what we got that isn't cliff 6. Then we got this. We hit R, we can rotate it. We can rotate it around. Of course, we're quite far away. There we go. Yeah, it's all right. We've obviously got cliff 6, which is a big old boy. It's kind of, I think we're going to need to use cliff 6. So let's do this. I wish there were some big cliffs that we could use. There weren't cliff 6, but you know what? We got what we got. I'm going to leave a little gap there, because it doesn't matter too much. I'm going to bring this out. I'm going to hit rotate. Going to pivot it. I think, should we rotate it on the green axis? Because it's obviously taller on one end than it is the other. Or do we want it like that? That feels more comfortable. That kind of feels more comfortable. I don't mind having a bit of beach at the bottom. Let's press T, let's bring it back a little bit. Bit of beach at the bottom is not a problem. So we're going to work on this a little bit. We could climb it by pressing C. We'll just drag it out. Press R to rotate. T to transform. There's no resize. Resize button is grayed out, my friends. Grayed out. It's a curious thing. I think you can technically, if you go into the save game, resize things. Because I've heard of people resizing things like the crabs and making monster crabs. I don't know. Have you ever had monster crabs? Probably not something I would recommend. But if you're sort of kicking around and kicking your heels on a Saturday evening and you're like, oh, you know what, I just need to get me some crabs. Maybe that's a thing for you. Don't know. So we just put some rocks in and just resizing them until they feel right. And by feel right, it might just mean, let's just check and see what that's actually doing. All right. That feels better. It feels now less like a blobby mountainous thing and more like it kind of needs to be there. Good. Terrain, all my terrain. We are going to raise, no, we're going to set height. Okay, we're going to change the size of the brush down. The amount can stay where it is for the time being. And I'm going to zoom in. Wait, retrain height. Okay, cool. So I'm going to click here. Oh, I don't have a brush. Ooh, is this an old bug? Wait, no brush. No brush? There it is. Okay, fine. Ooh. There was a bug a while ago that if you clicked and you didn't see the brush marker, but you knew you had the brush set, it would instantly push the land either all the way down, like delete the land. It would push it all the way to the bottom of the world. And the only way to get out of that was either to fill it back up by using the terrain set height, or more accurately, just quit and reload. It was an issue. So the amount's kind of down. What I'm going to do is pull this out. So it's now interacting with the cliffs. Why are we doing that? We're doing that. I'm going to leave this bit here sloping down because people are going to come along here like run, and they'll be able to look down like we're doing now and go, oh, that's a long way down. I don't want to go down there. But if they do, if they slip inside the eye of their mind, don't you know they might find a better place to swim? I mean, I wouldn't. I'm going to put sharks in the sea, but they might think it's kind of good. So what we're doing is just raising up the land to fill in along these cliffy bits. Read from there. Push that down. We're using the soft edge brush, and the reason we use a soft edge brush rather than any other brush because what we're looking for is the center of the brush to come up and the outside of the brush to come up, but less forcefully. So anything in the middle of the soft edge brush will be given like 100% value. So if you're raising or lowering, it'll be given the 100% of whatever value you're applying, but the outside will be given less to give you a sort of a smoother gradient. And because the world is largely devoid of flat angles, unless you're talking about, I guess, bismuth? Is the bismuth the one with all the angles to it? I think it might be. We're smoothing as well. So now we're smoothing. Just to sort of reiterate that particular little point. So we've got that sort of hilly, wobbly, timey-wimey thing on one side. But on the other side, it's now cliffs, and it's kind of raised up, and it just feels a bit better. So I don't mind working on stuff that we've worked on before in order to... is that going to be okay down there? I think it probably is. Good. Excellent. It's not really sealing anything off. No, it's not. It's not sealing anything off. Right, we need to come through here, and we need to work out exactly how this is going to go. How do we want this to go? Because... boom. Alright, now we're under the water. No, it's the abyss. Who lives down there? Cthulhu lives down there. Well, actually, we go all the way down. Dunk. And we sort of bounce off the back wall. Yeah, there is a hard floor to the world, but you drop any stuff down off the edge of your raft, and yeah, if you ever wonder what's between the islands, hello to nothing between the islands. Yeah, in the old game, older version before 0.16, I think, maybe, question mark, certainly before 0.2. Yeah, I'm just trying to think on the fly, and I'm not really. The maths is kind of doing the thing, and I'm like, okay, we're going to go from here. There was land in between the islands. That was the thing that happened. Read train height from here. Good. I just read it from the coast. Amount value is down. And we're just going to push something in. Push it in from here. Feels good. That's good. Oh yeah, no, we can make a little inland lake thing. That will work. So the water feature. I always had an idea that we could do some sort of watery feature on the inside of the island, because it just kind of breaks up the inner workings of this terrifying but lovely place that people might call home. What we can do is we just kind of want to chase it down across the beach and create like a little delta, maybe, across the beach, so we can have it open. So this stuff here is a problem. Boop, it's gone. That represents a hole in your water mesh. So you don't want any bubbles. Bubbles are bad. But you'll see some once you've just pushed it all the way down. There's talk of them. Talk of the lads introducing a tiny picture of the Queen. No, introducing something. I was trying to think of something terribly Australian, and then I was just coming up with a blank. a TV that shows only static except for 4 o'clock in the afternoon when it plays Neighbours. Is that racist? Are Australians race? I don't even know. Oh, everything is upside down, topsy-turvy, cats and dogs living together. No, they were going to introduce freshwater, like rivers or waterways or something. I was thinking you could just take like a cliff or like a rock or something, put a hollow through it, and then just have the fresh water running on the inside, and then just clip them all together. Like, there used to be a toy you could buy, and it was essentially that. It was like canals, and I think you can still get it actually. You can clip them together. It's a beautiful present. It's kind of expensive, but if you have family members like a sister or a brother or sister-in-law or brother-in-law, or friends maybe, I don't know your life, and they're like, oh, I've just had a child, and you're like, oh really? Of course there's always the expectation that you'll buy the damn thing a present. You'll be like, can you get my child a present because it is now 1 month old? And you're like, yeah, I could do that. I could totally do that. Your spawn will have presents from me, even though I don't actually care too much that you've managed to eat after midnight or however people have kids. Yeah, definitely expect some quality presentage from me. And then what you do is you get them finger paints. Of course, that's one of the first presents you should get someone else's child. Obviously someone else's kid. Finger paints are always a good one. The other good one is definitely like the canals that clip together with the water. So anything that can create a mess or can soak someone's home, definitely a thing that should be looked into. Not because I'm a horrible person, but just because I think it's funny. Good. So we're pushing back. This is an interesting thing we're doing here. How's this working for us? Well, it's all right. We're just wrecking the dock of the bay. We're just wrecking this bay. Don't worry. I'm sure it'll all work out eventually. So yeah, good. It's gonna mess that up a little bit. Fun time. And along here. It's nice. Good. What have you done? Well, calm down. Because we're just going to read the height from here. I'm going to push this out a little bit along here. Cool. Wait, what? What are you doing? I don't know how, if we do put, well, I mean, we are definitely going to put sharks on here. I don't know how the sharks are going to navigate around. I honestly do not know. It's going to be a tricky one for them. Maybe it's done on a height, or like they get close enough to the center of the island and they're like, you know what, I'm just gonna peace out, yo. All right, you peace out, and we'll remember you. Yeah, I'm just bringing the little spur of land out, and then we'll push it back a little bit here. It's better. Cool. I like it when the sun comes out. I don't like it when the sun's not come out. It's a bit difficult, a bit tricksy. We're going to do the same thing here. So we've got this kind of watery area. What? I don't understand. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We got this all on lock. It's fine. Step right up. I'll tell you what's cracking. Okay. So we're just going to smooth it all back, and then, oh no, it's all shrinking again. Yeah, it does. It turns out if you really jam the brush into the ground and then smooth it all off like this, like we're doing, going like crazy on the old smoothing brush, all the water gets a lot shallower than it was, and the ground gets a little bit smoother around the outside. Cool. Brilliant. And it means, oh no, wait, what? There's water here now? Oh no. Oh, the tunnel suddenly has a reason for being all wet and stuff on the inside. Oh god, is that what she said? I feel terrible about myself. sometimes. So we're just going to read. So yeah, we're putting water on the inside of an island. That's essentially what we're doing. Clicking here, and then making the amount all the way down again, because the amount slide is inherited. I think all the buttons are technically inherited across the old ultimate ship. The whole gamut of everything that goes on the thing. So we're sort of pushing it back, pushing it back, pushing it back, pushing it back. It doesn't even need to be a river. It could just be a tidal little thing on the inside of the island. Let's go up and have a look down from the top. Yeah, that looks interesting. Interesting. Okay, cool. So we're going to come down. Oh yeah, right mouse button, hold it down. Allows you to pan around, just in case you didn't know that. I did, but you might not have known that. Right, okay, cool. So what we're going to do is start chucking things down. We're going to throw down, if it were. Oh, actually, no, we're going to hit the cog. And then the shadow is all going to appear, and that's going to be a pain in the butt, because this water is not actually that deep. So we're going to go time. Low tide is about there. So is there water all the way? Splish splash. I was running around on my island. Okay, cool. Yeah, that seems fine. Seems legit. Is that the smoothing tool? That's a smoothing tool. Smooth it off. Okay, cool. So there's still water everywhere. Water everywhere. There's no bubbles appearing. I'm going to choose the size down and just brush in here. Just get rid of some of those triangular or zigzaggy bits. Okay, cool. So it's still there. Nice. Then I'm going to change the time of day. It's about there. All right. And now it's a lot wetter. Boom. All right, cool. So we've seen high tide and low tide. It's subtle. Very subtle. I don't think the shark's going to come in here because it's so shallow. Yeah, I think it's a depth thing. They might come through into this area here and then get turned around. I think it might be done on like height, mesh height. Excuse me. I'm like, it might be done on mesh height. I'm not sure. Okay, so we're going to change the time back to a time when we can actually beautiful blue water. That's not blue, is it? It's teal, turquoise, duck egg. I don't know. It's not cyan. Is it cyan? No, it's a little bit too bright. Okay, fine. Objects. We need objects. We need objects. We're going to need a lot of other things as well in order to make this work. Okay, fine. Might also need to eat into a limit, a character limit. No. Rocks, hello. You got work to do. For you see, we're going to start decorating this area. Hey, okay, that's legit. Put you in there. It doesn't matter if the rocks are in the water. What we're going to do is put one there. You can come here. It's fun. Sometimes it's fun just having the randomness of the rocks. You put them on the beach. They kind of fit at an angle because it follows the terrain initially, at least. And then it's you just jam them into the ground so the top's poking through, and it's fine. Okay, cool. What we can do is throw some small rocks. Where are the small rocks? There they are. Where did you go? Rotate you. I like you. I like you, rock. You're good. I like it. Press T. Clone you. And then rotate. I just realised how big this task might actually end up being. Oh, so we've got two rocks that are the same model of rock. By rotating it, what we're doing is we're using the same thing next to each other, but it doesn't look like the same rock because we've rotated it enough so it actually shows differently. And we're going to go objects. The way this is going to work, brush. The way this is going to work is that if we want it to work, the amount's all the way up, is how we decorate this. Because at the moment, I mean, it's workable. it's doable having this weird, like large area of inland water. But the way you make it believable is that you decorate it. That's how you decorate it. So we're going to change the amount art size because we've got some bubbles going on there. So I'm going to flatten that off. These bubbles here, barely perceivable. Almost. Oh, are they gone? I think they might be gone. You need to change the time slider as well. Time sliders have to be changed. Basically, amount slider down, raise, soft brush, small soft brush. Here we go. Yeah, so for any changes you make, you just kind of have to be aware that it's all in the decoration. And oh, that's freaking bubbles. I hate you, bubbles. Lower. Okay, small, even smaller brush. Let's get rid of you. See if you snap eventually, and then disappear. You can disappear because that will just be a gap in the mesh. Once it sometimes takes a moment to recalculate. Does that recalculate and disappear? Yes, it did. Okay, cool. Click on raise. Oh, but the bubbles are over here. You will go insane trying to get rid of all the bubbles eventually if you have a long, craggy coast, ragged coast. If you start with the default island, it's not usually a problem. But yeah. So we're raising this up a bit. Can smooth it. And I think you can already guess what's going on here. I just reached for the square brackets and they didn't do anything. Alright, let's just smooth along there. Is that still going to be bubbly? Just about. Alright, I'll have to do a pass at some point, see if I can get rid of all of that. So this weird little island thing in the middle, which was nary just a brush mark. It's just a brush mark. I wish you could see what I did with my head. It's just a brush mark. Yeah, we're going to throw some trees on there. Of course, we're going to throw some ficus. And the reason I'm doing ficus now is because there isn't an item limit, as far as I know, on the ficus. The other trees, which you can use, to great effect, might I add, are the pine trees. Pine 1, 2, and 3. They're great. They are big. They are... Oh, not so big. Is Pine 2 bigger than Pine 3 now? What? Yeah. Pine 2 is the big one. Wow. Shiver me timbers. Pine... What? Why are they reverse order? They did change the model. What? Oh, camera. They changed the model to add this sort of kink in the trunk and make them less straight, which is an interesting thing. Yeah, there is an item limit on these, and I think it's 6 a piece. You can put them all down and then sneak another one in, which was okay, kind of okay, but then it sort of creates issues later on. Oh, I didn't want to do that. And there's no undo, by the way, so just try and put it back as close as you can. I want the tree. Hello, tree. You are useful to me because we can do this, we can do this, we can do this. Okay, are you in such a way that you don't look like a complete garbage? So the branch. There we go. It's better. And then we can use another ficus. Ah. Where the ficus is gone? Oh, you can click and drag, by the way, and just sort of toss the thing up and down, or you can use the thing at the side. Scroll bar. Where ficus? Where are you? Is it ficus 3? No, that's the one you chop down almost indiscriminately. The ficus 2 is what we used. Wait, what? Yeah, ficus 2 is what we use. Ficus tree is that bad boy there. Alright, well, I'm glad we could have this conversation. Move you out. Make sure the thing doesn't snap to anything else. It's just a way of adding a bit more bush to your tree, really. Without, yeah. We rotate you over. I want the blue bit. Oh no, it snapped to something else. Oh no, we're never going to get back. No, that's a rock. That's the other tree. That... Wait, there's something on the other side of the island, as is that. Oh yeah, no, you need... Your camera is going to help you. Is that it? No, that's a rock. Oh god, don't tell me these are all... Hang on, that's a rock. Clicking, 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 clicking. Oh. I wish I could tab through nearby objects. It is not feasible. Alright, well where's the center point to this then? Nope, that's something. Okay, let's look out C because there's less objects in that direction. Let's go onto the map. Oh, I think... that's a... Is that it? Did we get it? Oh. Oh yeah, that's the bad boy. Okay, cool. Yeah, you just have to know how things are broken in order to fix them. So we can hit R to rotate because the pivot point is down here. Let's get out the ground, giving it full beans. Yeah, linear motion would be helpful at this point. Just keeping an eye on this, make sure it doesn't snap onto something else. So that's out there. So what I'm doing is I'm just looking around at different angles to make sure it looks okay. And then at some point we go, weep, smash that into the ground. There we go. And then back a little bit. And before we let go of it entirely. Well, that's beansed it. Alright, well, I'm gonna leave you like that. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. So yeah, what we've done is we've just added this little island. Let's add something else. Actually, no. Let's click on terrain then objects, just in case we accidentally start rotating it around or whatever. Pile, ficuses. Oh yeah, we should probably actually add something under here that is useful. One of these is not like the others. One of these is going to get changed. Don't know which one. The model's being changed. Can't remember. I should always keep an eye on the experimental patch notes, and I never do. I'm like, you know what? Experimental. Played experimental when it first came out. It was horribly bugged. That was when the random island generation thing was going on. I want forward. I want forward. Oh, forward. Yeah, we should probably drop something under here. So I tell you what we can drop. Potatoes? Maybe not. Palms? No. Kura? No. What? Palm. P. There we are. That's exactly what I'm looking for. I just want a little bit PP. Just here. You can go there. Good. Just under there. It's like, it's a ficus. I wonder what's underneath it. Well, it turns out some PP is underneath it. If you need PP, you need to be looking for the ficus. Alright, cool. Is that really going to fit there? We might need to rotate it a little bit just so, because it's kind of a flat. Oh yeah. It's a matter of it's clipped into the ground a little bit because the green bit here, that's all you really need. The rest of it is just decoration. Oh, don't say that. Oh, but it is. Right, okay, cool. So we have that. I'm not going to go too mad with the terrain objects. Make sure we don't accidentally leave something selected. I'm not going to go too mad with that because we don't need to. We absolutely don't need to. Why the river? Oh yeah, because in Jurassic Park there was a river with triceratopses in it. I just like the idea of being able to run through a river at some point. Well then, PP is still selected. PP. We need a rock. We need to rotate the rock, so we're going to press R. We need to rotate it on the axis. We're going to press T. We're going to push it down in the ground. We're going to put it back. Put it forward. Up. We are still going to rotate it a bit more. I don't think I like that rock. Let's go. You can go. Go do something else. You're the next candidate. Are you the droids we're looking for? I believe you might be closer to being the droids we're looking for. Yeah, that's better. Oh yeah. To rotate. Yeah. That works a lot better. So we'll push you down. Better. Much better. Okay. A little inconvenient if you have to be sailing away. Nah, just don't hit it. Don't hit it. So one of the things we've got is this little headland spit thingy, which is great. It's great. We'll click on terrain. We'll click on raise and lower. We'll make sure the amount slider is down. Always double check the amount slider because that will be your ruination. The ruining factor. Your pants will be like, no, the amount slider was all the way up. It's ruined. So yeah, we're just going to do the same thing here. We're just going to push the ground up, but we're going to use raise and lower. And so we got this. Not too much. What's too much? Well, we're going to smooth it off. So probably not that. Smoothie. We got these bubbles that have appeared. That's a problem. Amount. Could you? Now we're going to do that. See. Yeah, because it's kind of steep either side. In order to make this right, what we're going to need to do is smooth. By smoothing it, it normalizes the ground left and right. So we're kind of raising up the water, the seabed under the water. The monster's ball? No. Enchantment under the sea? No. Oh god, I don't know. Okay, I'm going to do that again. Just going to raise that out. So we might end up smoothing and then raising up and smoothing and raising up. The reason for doing it is you can keep doing it and eventually you won't get that weird sort of mound that we had. I don't like that. I don't like it. We've also got bubbles here. What are the bubbles doing here? What? Bubbles? No, I don't like you. You represent a problem. A problem with the matrix. You're going to disappear. You're going to... kind of, almost, not really. Well, I mean, we can't fix everything. Not in the first pass, anyway. Okay, cool. So we got these rocks. And if we change the time of day, because it gets a little bit deeper, and then boom, at low tide, a lot of it is exposed. Okay, cool. So here, a lot is exposed, and then at high tide, boop. All right. So that's, you gotta, it's nice to have to worry about the tides now. It is good. Look at these rocks here, so it doesn't matter if it's raised up a little bit too much, because now we can put on some objects of our desire. I wish there was a word for that. Maybe a French word. Yeah, we're gonna need some palms. Palms. There we go. Down to the ground. Press R and random rotate. Because otherwise, okay, let's do this. I'm going to do 2 lines of palms. Wow, that sounded terrible. Let's go 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then let's go. Oh no, maybe I shouldn't choose these ones because they are. The LOD on them is terrible. But let's persevere. 1, 2, rando rotate. Rando rotate. 3, rando rotate. Literally just spin it and let go. And 4. And rando rotate and spin it and let go. So we've got 4 palms. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look. And if they didn't disappear, you can see that they are, or just about see that they are just facing the same direction. They are just the same palm, just cloned 4 times. There we go, that's better. And it's obvious. This leaf at the top, 1, 2, 3, 4 leaves. This leaf dangling down, all of them are the same. If you go to this side, the leaves are in different directions, except for these 2. Alright. Which somehow managed to end up in about the same direction. But it's the same plant, and now with the leaves all facing different directions, texture, and importantly, the model. Because the models have got little bits that stick out, but also when they are low detail, you can see the sort of polygons and everything that make them up. So it looks a little bit better. It just looks a bit more random compared to ones that are essentially all the same. It's a subtle thing, but yeah, if you have all your trees on the island lined up in the same direction, especially if you've got lots of trees, it just looks strange. It's like, oh, did they not do that? I've seen professional games that come out and all the trees are sort of lined up in the same direction. I say professional. I am thinking of War Thunder here. There is a map and there's a bunch of trees all lined up in one direction. It's just like, alright, that's a little bit weird. Also a fun thing to do is put trees at different heights next to each other. Why are you doing that? Oh yeah, okay. So imagine you're sailing towards the island and you're on your boat, and I wish I could get that. I'm pushing the wrong button. I'm pushing E instead of W. So you're sailing towards the island and there's a shark coming towards you and you're like, oh no! Well, that's land. That's not. So you can kind of see, even when you're at water level, that these trees are going to be on land, and you can kind of see where the beach is and everything. It just gives you like a little bit of depth. Speaking of depth, we need to go deeper. Alright. Yeah, this is a huge area of stuff to decorate. It is just enormous. What we can do is use these rocks to legitimately break up the land. There. It's like, why you do that? Why you do that? Why do that? Because I mean, we're in these cliffs now. What we can do is raise them up. I'm about to slide it down, please, thank you. And then raise it behind this rock. Cool. Nice. Just raise it up a little bit, and then smooth the ass off of it. And then do this. Oh, the helicopters are back. I wonder what they're looking for this time. I live in the middle of nowhere. I literally don't know if that's going to pick up on the microphone, but for the past forever, helicopters just fly over. And they're like, hello, we're helicopters. We've got forward-looking infrared cameras. We can see what you're doing in the bath. And I'm like, joke's on you, mate. I have a shower. And they're like, oh. Wait, what? So yeah, we've raised that up. So we've brought this land that was kind of just stopped here, and now stops at this rock, which is a little less subtle. It's a little less, well, a little less like it's just been tipped out of a cake mold and more, or jelly mold, or jelly mold? Jello, if you're in the US. I think that's the thing. I don't know. What do I know? So we've added that. It's a little less there. Blancmange. I still don't know what blancmange is. I think it's cold custard, to be honest. Then we could throw some more trees in. And because it's on the beach, I'm going to be using palm trees as soon as I find them in the menu. Palm trees. Hello. So we're going to do that. Do that. Rotate. Yes, please. Palm 4. Hello. We know what you look like. Interestingly, you can't angle these ones. You can't change the angle of the tree. Bit of an issue. Not gonna lie. There we go. 4 trees. Now, there is a slight problem, because these are all lining up. I don't want that. I don't want them to do that. So I'm going to put you over here. And then, to make it look a little less sort of subtle, make it more subtle. Infinitely more subtle. I'm going to grab another rock and just terrain objects, because it's locked onto something under the map, and I think that's a cliff, but I don't really want it to start messing stuff around. We'll grab another big rock. R to rotate, T to push down into the ground, and then just kind of, there we are. Just rotate, because there's a nice little crevasse on one side of it. There we go. Cool. It's subtle. It works. I mean, it's subtle though. There's also shore rocks somewhere. Shoreline rock. Oh yeah, that bad boy. put it down, you never get it off again. For some reason the hitbox got messed up. Let's see if we can do something with these. I do like these. It's just like... is it gonna work? No, I don't think it will actually. Oh, it might. You could try things. I don't think it's going to work. Go away. Go away. What we can do though is go back to the terrain brush and we should probably lift that up. I'll tell you what, let's not do that. Having this palm tree's top disappear about 3 feet away from it is a little annoying. But it's okay. We're starting to decorate stuff. Good. Excellent. Well, that's a thing. Let's do the other side of this. So we've got this inland waterway. Obviously, this bowl thing is we're gonna need to do something with this. Definitely more rocks. More rocks. It's kind of like anything else that you can imagine. That's a cliff. Yeah. So the rocks. If you didn't have the rocks, your mind quietly would be saying, "Well, what? Sand is just sand. What stops the water just punching through the sandbar?" But if there's rock underneath it, or a suggestion of rock underneath it, then the answer is, well, the reason it's not. Hey, what? Where the top of that tree's back? Is it just a distance? It must be just a distance thing. It just needs a suggestion of rock underneath it that means there could be something more going on. Like, the reason it's not been completely eaten away by time and tide is that, oh, that's a weird little thing, is that actually the bedrock is not that far below, and what's keeping it there is just the natural geography of the island, which is something I quite like. Excellent. So we've used that big rock. We've used lots of big rocks, but we keep using them differently, and it makes them interesting, I think. I'm just going to rotate it a little bit more. So I'm just pressing T and R, or, you know, when I'm kind of not concentrating, pressing E instead, because I just want to rotate it so it's kind of following that sandbar. That's better. Yeah, that's okay. Good. We know this is about high tide. It's not completely high tide, but it's kind of about. The other thing we're going to do is put another one down sort of here-ish. Because I want a theme to run through it. The river runs through it, but also a theme runs through it. So you want the theme to be a sort of a strong factor in this. I'm going to use small rock. We're going to hit terrain and objects just to unlock that last rock we put. Because sometimes you drag something in and something that's already selected will just spin around like a fairground ride. It's just like, whoa, that is disconcerting. I do not like that. Another rock. Hit terrain, hit raise, size, small amount. Obviously down, because that is just terrifying if you just have it up. Clickety click. Clickety click, clickety click, like crazy. Just raise that up here. Smoothing tool. So the smoothing is up. It's not up as much as I want it to be. I just want to get rid of some of these like ridges on the back of this. Okay, it's all the way up. Whatever. We'll fix it in post. Oh no, this is post. Oh no, we can't fix it in post. No! So we're just sort of creating... Basically, anyone running along here is literally just going to leg it either through the water or more accurately across the land. They're probably going to spend less than, I don't know, a few seconds on this area. They're just going to be like, yeah, I've got places to be, dude. Oh, Alright. So we need some trees. Obviously, we're going to put in some pine trees. Palm. What's the difference between a pine and a palm? Well, if you don't know that, you might have more problems than a map editor. So we're going to throw that bad boy in. Going to throw one in here. Yeah. That seems legit. Spin that round. Cool. And I'm thinking I want to put one in here. Just here. Okay, so we're going to spin that around just a little bit. I mean, the plan was always around here to put a few more trees, so we're going to put some ficus and stuff across the water. That's going to be fine, maybe even make it a little bit deeper. So at the moment, what we've got, let's see if we can get the camera. What we've got is now kind of an inland water feature. We've broken the island. We've literally just split a massive hole in the island, turned what is the cave into more of a sort of, say, a love heart shape almost. There's these rocks that sort of run in a semicircle around the front of it, which kind of still follow onto the broken beach, the beach with the sandbar. So rocks there, then the cliffs, then rocks and stuff here. So there's a theme definitely going on. I think we'll need to do something with this headland as well. And we're definitely going to need to do more with this, because this is, I mean, it's a huge area. There's a little cheaty because fish and things will spawn in this area, and it will automatically add interest to the water. So we don't really need to do too much with the water. But this area at the back, yeah, we're going to need to do work here. And I think pine trees, palm and pine. Why two things that begin with P? Definitely need some work. Some work on that. Yeah, but you know what? I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it there because it allows me to do two things. Apparently hide from the helicopters which are still flying over the house. I know what it is. It's if you're interested in what type of, oh, there it is. It's a Royal Navy Merlin. They're probably doing exercises. They like flying out into the Atlantic and doing exercises. So yeah, if you've been liking this, definitely leave a little like, subscribe, click the little bell, because that will give you notifications when videos go live. There is a Facebook page, there is a Twitter page, but the important thing is I'm going to go away, and all the things that we've done this episode and the previous episodes, like the old pier and the beaches and everything, it's all going to tie into each other. But what we do is we go away and we allow our subconscious mind just to kind of work on stuff. So we will just go away and think about what we've done, and then come back and then continue, because our mind will be afresh. It'll be like, oh, we now need to focus on this. I have talked for far too long. I'll tell you what, I'll catch you next time.